Good evening, everybody. My name is Israel. I was born and raised in Israel. That's why my parents decided to call me Israela. I'm 26 years old. I live now in Herzliya and I study at the IDC with my fellow students. I was serving at the army before I started studying. I served for 3 years because I was an officer. I served at the military police. And as a part of my service, I also served at the checkpoints. And that was very important for me because I wanted to show other people, especially in South Africa, how I experienced the checkpoints and all the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. So before we went to the delegation, we have had a preparation by the members of Truth Be Told. And this preparation was very important to us because I think if we weren't being prepared that way, we've been shocked. Because what we experienced there, we never experienced here in Israel. We don't really know as Israelis how people think about Israel and how they think that Israel is an apartheid state. So I need to thank the members of Truth Be Told, first and foremost, for the preparation. And I will introduce my friends here who will tell you a little bit about their experiences in South Africa, some very meaningful experiences that they had throughout this Israel Apartheid Week so-called. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. Hi everybody, my name is Vaughn, I'm 27. I'm also a student at the IDC. I did my BA in psychology and now I'm studying diplomacy and well, not really counterterrorism, it's more like conflict resolutions. My experience in South Africa was so amazing in a way that I was able to engage with South Africans, not Jewish, people that most of them never came to Israel. They heard something about Israel, Middle East, maybe Palestinian, maybe about a conflict here and there, but they never really had the, like, they didn't really have a knowledge about this area. They didn't really have a knowledge about, other than what they get from CNN or other news channels. I think I had an opportunity to engage with people and tell them about my life here in Israel, about how I, as a woman, an Israeli, Ethiopian, black person, can achieve anything I wanted. When I did my national service, I was working with kids with disabilities, and it was an organization that helped Jewish and Arabs and basically whoever needed help got the help he needed. For them it was shock. I had an experience where a girl, I think she was from Saudi Arabia, she came and she told me, you know what, I don't care what you say, I'm pro-Palestinian. And I was like, okay, I'm also pro-Palestinian because I'm pro-peace and you should be too. And I think it was powerful in a way that she was immediately was able to hear everything I had to say. We were having a conversation about how it should be more balanced, how the media should be presenting Israel in a more balanced way and not in a way that it's being delegitimized and misrepresented now. I mean, as an Arab person, for her to say it was all covered very traditionally and it was amazing. I think that I can say for everyone here, but for me it was really a meaningful and a milestone in a way that this is what I want to do in the future, but it was very meaningful for me, so thank you.
Hello, my name is Naomi. I'm studying law and government in IDC. I want to share some story, some amazing story for me. It was like, I was very satisfied. We've been in the university in a lecture of Palestinian professor, and he, at the beginning of the lecture, he said, I'm neutral, I don't take any side. And okay, we sitting on the crowd, me and my friend, and then he said that Israel is apartheid state, and he started to accusing us by doing some ethnic cleaning, and then he said that he compared that Israel to the Nazi region. So after that, he suggests to make some sanctions on Israel and boycotts. I raised my hand after he gave us a couple of minutes to questions. He didn't thought that I'm Israeli. So I present myself and I said, my name is Naomi, I'm from Israel. Everybody in the crowd was whispered like, oh my God, she's from Israel, she's from Israel. And then I said, I'm here on behalf of the majority in Israel that want peace and want two nations. By putting your effort and saying, let's put some sanctions, let's make a boycott on Israel. It's not making us more easier for the Palestinian or for the Israeli. Instead, putting the effort on this, let's make a solution. Let's make the answer for the problems. And then I say, by saying that Israel is an apartheid state, let's separate two subjects. There is Arab that living in Israel, and they have all rights as the same the Israeli citizens have in Israel. And I give them, and I support my claim in couple of answers, and I say they can vote, and they do. They have members in the Knesset, and I give them some names of the members, parliament members in Israel, and then I give them some example that I have a friend that studied with me, and she's an Arab, and they can require education, and they do all those things. And then he asked me some tricky question. He said, what do you think about the Palestinians that want to come to Israel? I said, okay, we both want two countries, two nations. Every nation deserves a country. And then he started to argue, and he talked about the Chok HaShvut, and law of the return. And then I say, okay, this is your example for being an apartheid state. So you're accusing German, you're accusing Greece. They have the same law. And I said it while in the meantime he was speaking and said his answer. He didn't answer all my questions. And he was speaking and I was interrupted. At the end of the lecture, people came to me and say, oh, you are so rude. And I said, I'm not rude. And I said to him, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But I cannot sit here and listen to all those false things that you say about my country. We live in the most democratic states in the Middle East. So where is the apartheid? This is what
Hello everyone. My name is Tess, and I would like to say thank you for hosting us, and thank you for coming. I'm 29 years old. I graduated government school 2 years ago. Today I'm working in investment house, Metal Investment House, the second largest investment house in Israel. I was born in Ethiopia. I came to Israel when I was 8 to 22 years ago, in an operation called Operation Solomon. That's the second operation. The rest of the group, I think, yeah, they were born in Israel. I was the only one who was born in Ethiopia. So for me, going to South Africa was, going back to the continent, to Africa. South Africa, for me, it's a challenge. It was a challenge. It is still a challenge for us, the Israelis, Jews, and you know, it's a challenge that I'm happy that we step up to it, because seeing and speaking to the people in South Africa, students and people from the streets, you understand that the ignorance, when it's come to Israel, it's big. I think I went to the States 2 years ago, and I was in Australia also, but I never saw something, I never met people who knows such little about Israel, but they have opinions about Israel. So, yeah, South Africa is, so for me, it was a challenge, and I'm happy that we had the opportunity to speak to the people and change, even if it is a little bit, to change the way they think about Israel. And the thing that shows me that there is a hope of changing the image of Israel, and the thing that the South African people think about Israel is when we went to the townships. We went to Kailicha, and we had a meeting with a priest in a church made of tent, and I'm pretty sure that all of the people, the only thing that they know about Israel is Jerusalem. And it's funny because I was born in a village very similar to a township, and the only thing I knew about Israel is Jerusalem also. So, yes. But I saw hope in that tent, because in the tent we saw 3 flags. One flag of South Africa, the other one is from Kailicha, and in the middle it was the flag of Israel. So it's meaning that we don't need to give up of South Africa, even though it's a challenge, but we need to step up to the challenge. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Dina. I'm 27 years old. I'm born in Israel. My family immigrated to Israel in 1984 during Moses' operation. They did her journey by foot walking from Ethiopia to Sudan. My mom at that time was pregnant, so she's actually a brave woman who stayed in that refugee camps for 9 months. And over there, my older brother was born. Today I'm studying law and government. This is actually my last year, and at the same time I'm doing my master in business law. And for me, the experience in South Africa was a kind of wake-up call. I all the time knew that there is a lot of problem in the Israeli Hasbara, and there is a huge gap between the things that the Israeli citizens, including the government, and all the people that have key roles in Israel, they think that we are I will not say good people, but they think that overseas thinking about Israel good things, which is not true at all. It's huge. It's a wrong thing, a wrong way to think about that. And I felt at that time in South Africa that, oh my God, we need to have need to do a switch in our mind, in our thought, and try to think how we can help to fix the Israeli image, because they seeing things that we are not seeing, and what they seeing over there is not things that we see from here. So there's two sides of the story, there are 2 sides of the coins, and they see the other side and we see the other one. And I think that the whole Jewish community all over the world, not just in South Africa, specifically in South Africa, but we have in Europe and in the United States, they also need over their help, because the image about Israel, it's become to be kind of sad, and we have to take an action, and that's where TBT are doing, and we are thank you for that.